Hey, Coach Abel here along with Coach Weiss of the Abel Body Experts. We've got a real special coach 'em up for you. This time I had to write a bunch of stuff on the board you can't see, but we'll go through it one by one. So we're going to call this Peaking for the Pro Card with Coach Weiss. And how, Coach, you just won your third pro card in 3 different organizations?
Yeah, third one in all in natural organizations. So.
Congrats on that, my friend. So we're going to go through the peaking procedures. Yeah, everyone knows that last week is so important, and you gotta mess with things in order to show up ripped and ready. And now you've got 2 national titles and 3 pro cards, so I guess you know a little bit about peaking in the last week for a show.
Yeah, I've been a week out quite a few times. So.
Okay, well then, and I've been doing it for about 3 decades. So let's see the secrets that everyone wants to know on how
magic.
The magic. How you peaked for the pre-contest. So. Final week peaking for the pro card with Coach Weiss. So, Coach, I'm going to guess you did some whole body depletion workouts. How many depletion workouts did you do in the last week?
I didn't do any of those.
Oh, you didn't do any of those? Okay, I better rub that off then. I guess that's one of the peaking secrets that you didn't do, but that's okay.
I must have missed that one.
If you didn't do that, well then, you must have tapered off your training then. How many days of tapering did you do of your program?
No, I didn't taper any of my training.
You didn't taper any either. I guess I can remove that one. All right. Well, these are very common peaking procedures, so well, again, you're specific, so you probably did. If you didn't taper, then I guess you must have carb depleted. How many days did you carb deplete that last week?
No, my carbs didn't. I didn't cut my carbs any.
You didn't change your carbs the last week?
No, they stayed the same.
Well, that's a head scratcher. I guess I can remove that one too. I don't know, Coach. Well, then if you didn't do that, then you must have carb loaded. How many days did you carb load for the show in the last week?
Nah, 0. I didn't carb load any days.
You didn't carb load either?
No, not.
And this is peaking for the pro card in the last week. All right, all right. There must be more secrets to come. I'll just rub that one off there too. So that's three sequences that you didn't do. Well, then, if you didn't do any of that, you didn't carb load, then you must have fat loaded. How many days did you fat load, Coach?
No fat loading.
You didn't fat load either?
No fat loading.
Oh my God. Well, I can write off the fat loading then.
Sir, you had to write all this down. That must have...
Well, no, the secrets of getting the pro card that last week with Coach Weiss and 3 pro cards and 2 national championships. Well, let's see. If you didn't do any of that, well then, you must have dehydrated. How many days did you dehydrate, Coach?
No dehydrating.
You didn't dehydrate either that last week. All right, you sure you know what you're talking about here?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here.
I guess I can remove that one then. Well, if you didn't do any of those for sure, you must have water loaded in order to induce diuresis. How many days did you water load?
No water load.
You didn't water load either?
No.
Oh, wow, this is getting trickier than I thought it would be. I mean, we're going through all the peaking strategies here. There must be one of the bottom ones then. So if you didn't water load, to get rid of that water, you must have potassium loaded with some slow K supplements then.
No, nothing like that.
Didn't do any potassium?
No potassium supplement, no.
I guess I can get rid of that one then. Well, if you didn't potassium load, then you must have sodium loaded with the water. How many days did you sodium load, Coach?
0, no sodium load.
You didn't sodium load either? Wow. All right, well, we can remove that one. We're running out of final week secrets, Coach. If you didn't sodium load, then you must have cut sodium, at least get rid of that final water. How many days did you cut your sodium, Coach?
No, there was no, I didn't reduce my sodium.
You didn't cut your sodium either?
No.
Oh, wow. I guess we're getting into the final wee hours then before the show. If you didn't do that, and anything to get rid of that last bit of water, then you must have switched to distilled water only. How many days did you switch to distilled water, Coach?
No, I don't drink distilled water ever, so I don't know.
You didn't do any distilled water?
No.
Wow. All right, well, I ran out of last week peaking procedures. If you didn't do any of those things, Coach, then what the heck did you do?
Well, basically, it may sound simple, but maybe it's because it is. I made sure that I was ready for the show. I was lean enough 2 to 4 weeks before the show even happened, and when you're ready like that, when it comes actual time to get on stage, there's very little you need to screw around with, because all that it does is basically it screws you around is what it does.
So you went in with no worries, basically.
Pretty much. I knew I was ready, and I knew I was ready well before the show. I wasn't wondering the night before the show if I was ready.
So get ready in advance, and then get harder and harder as the show gets closer and closer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. How how to peak that last week for the pro card with Coach Weiss. Everything else I wrote on this board, folks, I call Guru Voodoo. And one of the poems I like to say to anyone out there paying attention is, be careful of that Guru Voodoo that you do when you do that Guru Voodoo that you do so close to the show. This has been a special Coach 'em Up on how Coach earned his latest pro card. He's got 3.